I'm so mad at Pepper right now, I could spit. She delivered 8 bunnies this morning. She did not build a nest. She barely pulled any hair. And it was in the 30s this morning. So I have a hot water bottle on 5 of them that we went out and saw that they were moving. So I'm gonna try and foster them off to my other mama. I'm just so frustrated with her right now. She's normally a really, really good mama. I don't know what happened. So this morning, Levi went out to water rabbits and do his regular rabbit chores. And he came back in and he said, Mama, Pepper had babies. And I said, oh good, because I knew they were coming. And she's normally a really good mom. She's had, her first litter she had 5, her last litter she had 10. So, he came in and he said she had 8. And I said, he's not normally one that will reach in their boxes. So I said, you picked them up and counted them? And he said, no, I just did 1, 2, 3, 4. He said, I just took a head count. I said, okay. And went on about my morning like I didn't think anything about it because, it's Levi. So I figured he had pulled fur back and just kind of touched each kit. Well, I went about my morning. So about an hour later, we're getting ready to get in the car, and I decide, I probably ought to go check on these kids. So I go out there, and they're all laying in the hay right at the front of the nesting box, nowhere near the tiny little bit of fur that she pulled, and they're all ice cold. Right now it's 40 degrees. It was probably about 35 this morning. So I was like, crap. So I'm looking at the babies, and I see a couple of them just barely moving. So I tell Levi, I'm like, go get a towel and get some gloves. And so I ended up pulling out 5. I pulled out 4 broken and 1 solid black. And I took them inside, wrapped them in a towel, and I put the hair dryer to them. I put the towel over their bodies to, protect them from getting windburn. And I put the hair dryer to them for a few minutes. They started moving a little bit more, started kind of coming back. Then we got the hot water bottle. We have one of those, I don't know what to call it. I guess just hot water bottle. The old-timey put on your head water sack kind of thing. Anyways, so I filled it up with hot water and set for, 10-15 minutes with hot water bottle on them. So I'm a school teacher, and this week we've had my nephew with us. Well, we've had him for, I guess this is week 3 that we've had my nephew. That's a whole different story. So my nephew's been staying with my mother and going to daycare with my daughter. So he's been carpooling with us. Well, so my mom pulls up to drop him off, and my son's like freaking out. He's like, Mom's trying to save 5 kids. Da, da, da. So anyways, my mom's a school teacher. We teach at the same school. So and my son goes to that school. So Mama was like, well, I'll take Wesley James to daycare and Levi, and I'll do your carpool duty. And I was like, you're the best. I'm the best mom ever. So I sat there for 10-15 minutes and tried to warm them up. So what we end up doing is I put the 4 broken with Snow. Snow has 8 that she delivered last week. So she's got 8-week-old kits. And she's been a really good mom. She actually separated her kits into 2 groups. So I'm guessing she feeds 1 a.m., 1 p.m. Just to make sure that every bunny gets fed. And it's been really warm the last couple of days, so like Mississippi weather, y'all. I mean, we go from 70s, 80s to 30s and 40s. Spring in Mississippi. So anyway, she's been a really good mama so far. So what we're doing is I put the 4 broken with her. I put 2 in each of her little spots. And then I put the black one back with Pepper. And I did that for 2 reasons. One, because I want to see if she'll take care of it. I showed her the kit. I let her smell it. You know, let it nuzzle her. And then I put it in the little bit of fur that she pulled. So I'm hoping that she will take care of that kit and that it will do well. If she'll take care of it and feed it and it looks like it's doing well, then I'll give her the other 4 kits back. But I gave her the black one, specifically the black one, for a reason. And that's because all of Snow's kits are black. And so if I was going to give babies back to Pepper, I want to make sure they're hers. So I put the 4 broken ones with Snow because I can tell them apart from Pepper's. So I don't know. I don't know what happened. I don't know if maybe Levi went out to water like right after she gave birth. I don't know. I just don't know. I don't know if she was waiting until after she birthed them to pull fur and Levi disrupted the process when he went out. There's no telling. There is no telling what happened. So I'm just hoping that she'll do well with this little black baby and that Snow will pick up the other 4 kits. This is why it's things like this. That's why you have what's called a breeding trio. You do a breeding trio, you do 2 does and a buck, so that if something happens, if you have a doe die, if you have a doe abandon a litter, you can foster them off to the other doe. So I hope that Snow will take to these other babies. I think she will. She seems like a good mama. But I don't know what's going to happen. So we'll keep you posted.